Harald Sigurdson, born in 1015, also known as Harald III of Norway or Harald Hardrada, was King of Norway from 1046 till 1066. Additionally, he unsuccessfully claimed both the Danish throne until 1064 and the English throne in 1066. Before becoming king, Harald had spent 15 years in exile as a mercenary and military commander in the Kievan Rus and as a chief of the Varangian Guard in the Byzantine Empire. When Harald was 15 years old in 1030, he fought in the Battle of Stiklestad together with his half-brother Olaf Haraldsson, later known as Olaf the Saint. Olaf sought to reclaim the Norwegian throne, which he had lost to the Danish king Canute the Great 2 years prior. Olaf and Harald's forces were defeated by the loyalists of King Canute, and Harald was forced into exile to the Kievan Rus. He therefore after spent the time in the army of the Grand Prince Yaroslav the Wise, eventually obtaining rank as a captain until he moved to Constantinople with his companions around 1034. In Constantinople, he soon rose to become commander of the Byzantine Varangian Guard and saw action on the Mediterranean Sea, in Asia Minor, Sicily and possibly the Holy Land, Bulgaria and in Constantinople itself, where he became involved in the imperial domestic disputes. Harald amassed a considerable amount of wealth during his time in the Byzantine Empire, which he shipped to Yaroslav in Kiev for safekeeping. He finally left the Byzantine Empire in 1042 and arrived back in Kiev Rus in order to prepare his campaign on reclaiming the throne of Norway. Possibly to Harald's knowledge, his absence to the Norwegian throne had been restored from Olaf's illegitimate son Magnus the Good. In 1046, Harald joined forces with Magnus to his rival in Denmark, the pretender Svein II of Denmark, and started raiding the Danish coasts. Magnus, unwilling to fight his uncle, agreed to share the kingship with Harald, since Harald in turn would share his wealth with him. The co-rule ended abruptly the next year as Magnus died and Harald there became the sole ruler of all of Norway. After becoming king, domestically Harald crushed all local and regional opposition and rebellion and outlined the territorial unification of Norway under a national governance. Probably seeking to restore Canute's North Sea Empire, Harald also claimed the Danish throne and spent nearly every year until 1064 raiding the Danish coasts and fighting his former ally Svein. Although the campaigns were successful, he was never able to conquer Denmark. Not long after Harald had re-announced his claim to Denmark, the former Earl of Northumbria, Tostig Godwinson, the brother to the newly chosen and reigning monarch English King Harald Godwinson, pledged his allegiance to Harald and invited him to claim the throne of England. Harald went along and invaded northern England with 10,000 troops and 300 longships in the September of 1066. He raided the coast and defeated English regional forces of Northumbria and Mercia in the Battle of Fulford near York on the 20th of September 1066. Although intentionally successful, Harald was defeated and killed in a surprise attack by King Harald Godwinson of England in the Battle of Stamford Bridge on the 25th of September 1066, which wiped out almost his entire army. Modern historians have often considered Harald's death, which brought an end to his invasion and also to the Viking Age. That was a quick history on King of Norway, Harald Hardrada. We're hoping in the coming weeks to be able to get the new playlist started. The Dragon Wolf himself will be doing it. We'll be starting a Star Wars franchise one, so keep an eye out for that. And thanks for liking and following us on TikTok and on YouTube and everything. Thank you. Till next time, see you later.